America's consumer debt is now over $5 trillion, enough to buy every professional sports team 10 times over. Yet the latest surge is not from reckless mortgages or credit cards. It is the quiet rise of pay later checkout buttons, a psychological trick proven to make people spend up to 30% more without feeling a thing. If you think splitting a $300 suitcase into 4 easy payments is harmless, the truth behind this system will force you to look twice at every buy now, pay later offer, and what you do not know could be costing you more than money. Here is how it all really works. $5 trillion in consumer debt now hangs over American households, a sum so vast it could buy every NFL, NBA and MLB team 10 times over. Yet for most people, the moment of debt does not arrive with a bank loan or a credit card swipe. It begins quietly, right at the online checkout. A $300 suitcase flashes across the screen. Instead of paying all at once, a new button promises 4 easy payments of $75 each, interest-free with no credit check and no delay in shipping. The suitcase ships out immediately, but the real cost slips into the background, divided and delayed. Jasmine is a 23-year-old recent graduate who encounters this offer while shopping for her first work trip. The checkout screen highlights the option in bright colours, making it seem like the obvious choice. She clicks Pay Later, thinking it is a smart way to manage her cash flow. The suitcase arrives 2 days later. The payments are scheduled to hit her account every 2 weeks, quietly stacking up alongside rent, groceries, and streaming subscriptions. This is the new face of debt in America. Buy now, pay later services offered by companies like Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay have transformed the act of spending. Instead of feeling the sting of a $300 purchase, Jasmine experiences 4 smaller pinches that hardly register. For millions, this system feels harmless, even empowering. But beneath the surface, the mechanics are designed to make spending easier, the pain of paying almost invisible, and the total debt harder to notice until it has already grown. In just 2 years, Buy Now, Pay Later transformed from a fringe payment option into a financial juggernaut. Transaction volume in the United States exploded from $2 billion in 2019 to $24.2 billion by 2021. Projections for 2025 reach $122 billion, a growth rate that outpaces nearly every other financial service in recent memory. This surge is no accident. 4 powerful cultural forces have fueled its rise. First, the financialization of daily life has made it normal to finance even small purchases, turning a $5 coffee into a credit product. Second, social media culture has shifted spending habits. Influencers display luxury goods as everyday essentials, and Buy Now, Pay Later makes these items feel suddenly attainable, even for those living paycheck to paycheck. Third, the aftermath of the pandemic triggered a wave of so-called revenge spending as people looked to make up for lost experiences. Deferred payment options became the gateway to instant gratification, with little friction at the point of sale. Finally, a steady decline in financial literacy, especially among young adults, has left millions unprepared for the hidden risks of installment debt. Together, these forces have pushed Buy Now, Pay Later from niche to mainstream, embedding it in everything from online shopping carts to food delivery apps. The result is a payment ecosystem designed for speed and convenience, but primed to encourage overspending on a massive scale. Every time someone clicks the bright Pay Later button at checkout, a hidden transaction unfolds behind the scenes. Merchants agree to pay Buy Now. Pay Later providers a fee that is often double what they would pay for a credit card sale, typically 4 to 6% of the purchase price compared to the usual 2 to 3% for credit cards. For a $100 sale, that means $5 goes straight to the Buy Now, Pay Later company, while a credit card would only cost the store $2.50. At first glance, this seems like a steep price for retailers, but the numbers tell a different story. Stores are willing to pay this premium because Buy Now, Pay Later consistently boosts sales. Research shows that offering these payment plans increases average order values by as much as 30% and brings in customers who might otherwise walk away. The profit engine driving buy now, pay later is more complex than a simple fee. There are 4 main revenue streams at play. Merchant fees retailers pay to grease the wheels of consumer spending. Late fees charged to buyers who miss a payment, sometimes as high as $15 or even 25% of the original purchase. Data harvesting. Every transaction generates a trove of data about what you buy, when you buy, and how often. This data is packaged and sold to marketers and larger financial firms, creating a second market for your shopping habits. Loan sales. The loans themselves are bundled and sold to big financial institutions, turning small purchases into tradable assets. This entire system is engineered to maximize one thing: conversion. Merchants pay more up front because they know the payoff is bigger baskets and more frequent purchases. The money collected from higher fees and late charges does not just pad company profits, it funds the relentless optimization of the checkout experience, making it ever easier to spend without thinking twice. Dr. Anjali Patel, a behavioral finance researcher, describes buy now, pay later as a masterclass in psychological engineering. Each step of the checkout process is built on decades of behavioral science, with companies pouring millions into user experience testing and design optimization. The goal is not just to make shopping easier, it is to make spending feel painless, even when it is not. The first tactic is the pain of paying. Neuroscientists have shown that spending money triggers real discomfort in the brain, especially when the full amount leaves your account at once. Buy now, pay later sidesteps that discomfort by splitting purchases into small future payments. A $300 suitcase feels like $475 blips instead of a single hit. Studies confirm that when costs are divided, the brain's pain response drops sharply, making it easier to say yes to extras. Next comes temporal discounting. Humans are wired to value immediate rewards and downplay future consequences. With buy now, pay later, shoppers get what they want now, while the reality of repayment fades into the background. This present bias drives impulse purchases, with research showing a 30% jump in spending when payments are deferred. Artificial urgency is another tool. Checkout screens flash countdown timers and limited stock warnings, pushing shoppers to act fast. The manufactured sense of scarcity overrides careful thinking, and it leads to rushed decisions. Visual design plays a silent but powerful role. Bright, pre-selected buy now, pay later buttons draw the eye, while traditional payment options fade into the background. These choices are not accidental, they are the result of relentless A/B testing and psychological fine-tuning. Dr. Patel points out that these tactics are not just clever, they are calculated. The system is designed to override caution and maximize conversion, turning every checkout into a carefully orchestrated behavioral experiment. Jasmine's phone buzzes again. A payment reminder for last week's groceries arrives, split into 4 installments. Yesterday it was a $15 burrito on DoorDash, now broken into 4 payments of $3.75. These small amounts feel harmless, but they stack up fast. Jasmine is not alone. In 2022, nearly 2/3 of buy now, pay later users carried multiple loans at once, often across different apps. For many, the total owed is a mystery until payment notifications begin piling up. 1 in 3 users misses at least one payment, triggering late fees that can reach 25% of the original purchase. Young adults are especially exposed. 28% of borrowers are between 18 and 24 years old, and most already juggle credit card debt. What starts as a clever way to spread out spending quickly turns into a web of overlapping obligations, each one drawing a little more from next week's paycheck. A simple test reveals the real cost behind these payment options. Take a $1,000 iPhone. Paying up front means $1,000 leaves your account immediately with no lingering debt and no future obligations. Using a credit card and making only minimum payments, that same phone balloons to $1,480 over 5 years, thanks to a 22% annual interest rate. Buy now, pay later offers a tempting alternative. 4 payments of $250 every 2 weeks, no interest, and the phone ships out instantly. On paper, it seems like the best of both worlds. But this structure is designed to make the price feel smaller and the decision easier, encouraging you to spend more than you otherwise would. The defense is simple but powerful. Never agree to pay later for something you cannot afford today. Treat every installment as if it is cash leaving your account now. That single habit can save you from hundreds, even thousands of dollars in hidden costs. Today, nearly 1 in 3 buy, now pay later users miss a payment, fueling a debt machine built on behavioral science, not consumer need. As spending becomes frictionless, so does falling into debt. The real cost isn't hidden in fees. It is in the habits quietly shaping our future. What will you choose next?